So the second step in photosynthesis is the dark reaction, and that's what we're going to be talking about right now. So the dark reaction uses energy and hydrogen. Remember we had hydrogen left over from the light reaction to produce sugar. So this is where our sugar is finally being produced. If you remember back to the activity we did, for the light reaction, we took the water molecules, we split them apart, we made oxygen, and then we had leftover hydrogen. We took the energy, the hydrogens here, and then our CO2 and combined it to make sugar. We also ended up with some leftover water molecules as well. Now the light reaction happened in the thylakoids. The dark reaction here happens in the stroma. And the stroma is the liquid inside the chloroplast. And this liquid contains enzymes. So the stroma, liquid, you can think of it as kind of like the cytoplasm inside of the chloroplast. Cytoplasm's the jelly-like stuff inside of a cell. You can think of this as just the liquid inside the chloroplast. So pancakes are the thylakoids, okay, and the thylakoids is where the light reaction happens. The dark reaction here is in the stroma. You might be wondering why it's called the dark reaction. Well, it's because we don't need light. It doesn't necessarily have to happen in the dark. It just means we don't need sunlight for this reaction to happen. So from there, we're going to write our overall equation for photosynthesis then. So our overall equation, okay, we have 6 CO2, so carbon dioxide, we know that's a reactant. Water, we also know that that is a reactant. We use sunlight, that's where our energy is, in chlorophyll, that is the cell part. Chlorophyll is inside of the chloroplast, makes the plant green. We end up making one sugar molecule, glucose. We make 6 oxygens and 6 waters. So when we talk about the equation here, you need to know both the words here, carbon dioxide, and the formula, CO2. You also need to know the numbers in front, okay? So we'll practice, but all the numbers, they're either 1s, 6s, or 12s, okay? And just a reminder, the reactants are on the left side, the products are on the right side. So once plants have this sugar, we've talked about a little bit about maple syrup, right? It has sugar in it. So we have to produce this sugar. What do plants do with this sugar? Well, there's a couple different things they can do, and that's what we're going to look at next. So what do plants do with glucose or do with sugar? First thing they can do is they can use it for quick energy. So quick energy, what do I mean by that? Well, they can use it actually as energy. And the reason I say quick energy is because in one of these bullet points, we're going to talk about storing energy. So energy right now is what I mean when I say quick energy. They can store it as starch for long-term energy. Potatoes are really starchy because they're actually a place where the plant is storing the starch. So it makes starch and it's storing it in the roots, and that part actually becomes the potato. And then they can also change it into cellulose. Anything that ends in ose is a sugar. And so it can change it a little bit to make it into cellulose, and that can make up new cell walls. So it can help make cells. So plants can use it for energy now, use it for energy later, or use it to make cells.